Well, it all unfolded on video. Deja Banlane whipped out her phone when this all happened. Now, the Lyft driver, he was kind enough and apologetic, but refused her a ride and said that she would not fit and that her weight couldn't be handled by his tires. Now she's filing a lawsuit.
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel. City boy! All right, man. God bless America, baby. You only get this big in America. Yo, man, I don't know why people like this want to burn America down. Typically, I'm not saying she said that, but it's just kind of ironic because you don't get that healthy of a look without American livelihood. But I digress. I'm watching this. So if y'all ain't seen it, on my channel, I covered this at some point. This overweight rapper, I guess you say Detroit. I mean, she's very overweight. This is what we call morbid obese, you know? She trying to cast in the new Norbit movie, man. What the Nutty Professor, man. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, so she couldn't fit in the Lyft car. Y'all heard it, man. She just said it. But I think this is the continuation, like what is happening in real time now. I don't know, because she tried to sue Lyft because he had to deny her a ride. But you got to remember, the Lyft drivers are like 1099 contractors. There's just a lot at play here. So I don't know what this is about. We're watching this from the Poor Man's Podcast. So make sure you check out his channel. He clips together some of the dopest clips. And let's see what this new lawyer is saying, because it says lawyer roasts obese rapper that tried to sue Lyft. And it said tried, so maybe she didn't sue Lyft, that's so crazy. Americans are so entitled. And that speaks for myself too. Like, we just have this, until I started traveling internationally, I was just like, I went to Colombia. You can't even flush toilet paper down the toilet. You got to wipe and then throw it in a little can next to your toilet. You can't drink the water in Mexico and Colombia and most of the places I've gone to. You really shouldn't drink the water. You're going to get effed up stomach. I've been to China. I've been to Thailand. Like, you just got to watch it, man. You know, and so it's just funny how we take all these things for granted, then want to get mad. Blah, burn it all down. You know, there's this, the demoralization phase is what we're going through in America. But let's unpack this and see what's cracking.
Well, it all unfolded on video. Deja Banlane whipped out her phone when this all happened. Now, the Lyft driver, he was kind enough and apologetic, but refused her a ride and said that she would not fit and that her weight couldn't be handled by his tires. Now she's filing a lawsuit.
Have you been in cars that size before?
Yes, I have. I've been in cars smaller than that, you know?
Yeah, how big is she? Like, whoa, oh my goodness.
That's not discrimination. That's like
For being fat?
Yeah.
No?
It's not a protected class.
Wow.
Not a protected class. So they could get sued if they didn't let her in because she's black. That would be racial discrimination. But if she's big, being big is not a protected class. It's like your race, religion, gender, that kind of thing. They don't have to give you a ride. Yeah, she doesn't have a claim.
Yes.
No claim. It just seems like a money grab and some attempt at getting some sort of attention. She doesn't have a car? She should walk.
It sounds like he was.
This dude tried to slip one in, bro. He slipped a little jab in there. He said, well, she probably should walk. Bro, where's the lie? Where's the lie? And I know, like, I'm not trying to, I don't know what I'm trying to do, because I was like, I ain't trying to roast obese people, but like obese people, man, bruh, it's not good, man. You're going to face a lot of problematic health issues, and you saw how that affected people in 2020. So my thing would be here to be like, the positive note is, use this as motivation to get healthy and lose some of that weight. You know what I mean? That's not going to serve you. It's not. But again, we're in clown upside down world. So this is the type of things we see. Anyways, I didn't know that, because this was a big thing, you guys. Like a month ago or a few weeks ago, she's trying to sue. She's like, I'm going to sue. She's on the Breakfast Club. You know what I mean? She couldn't even sit in the chairs at the Breakfast Club. They had to get her a bigger chair, yo. And I didn't know this, like, where he's like, oh, being big, you're not a protected class. Like, You're protected for your what do you say, race, your gender. I think he said something else, and religion. But other than that, that's not discrimination, because being overweight is not. And that's the thing. If they try to make being a protected class for overweight people, that's just insane, because you're making that choice. Like, I guess you choose what religion you're a part of, even though a lot of times that's traditional and handed down to you. But you definitely don't choose your gender. Like, you assigned at birth what you is. That's what's going down. And your race, So it's just like you make the decision every time you put something in your mouth, especially to get as obese as her. Like, this is like, I wouldn't even say this is an anomaly anymore in America, because like you see people like this going into Walmart, going into the stores. They got to drive the little scooters because they can barely walk. And it's unfortunate. It's just unfortunate. I'm actually sad for them, because I know their life, is conflicted. They can't do everything that a mobile person can do. And I know that can be sad and depressing. Anyways, let's go.
Yeah, she doesn't have a claim. No claim. It just seems like a money grab and some attempt at getting some sort of attention. She doesn't have a car? She should walk.
It sounds like he was talking about federal, and I'm not a lawyer, but this is what Google says. Yes, in Michigan, weight is a protected characteristic under the Elliott-Larsen Civil Rights Act, meaning it is illegal to discriminate against someone based on their weight in areas like employment, housing, and public accommodation. I'm gonna be real, man, and I gotta say it. I don't think it's good for society if she wins this lawsuit. In my personal opinion, body positivity is for people who have disabilities, not for people who eat themselves into having disabilities.
You just have...
Bro, he's spitting real, and I did not know that. See, so we got two things we didn't know. In Michigan, being fat is a protected class, it sounds like, which is insane. That's insane. I explained to you guys why it's insane, because your religion's handed down, or like traditional. I mean, you do choose your religion, but your race and your gender, you don't choose, right? So that makes sense that it's protected. And this is why it's such bullshit, man. I get frustrated because I do believe that with the wealth in our country, Americans should not be going bankrupt to have health care. And healthcare should not be as expensive, and everyone should have access to healthcare. American citizens, every American citizen should have access to healthcare. Here's the nuance of it. We should not be taxed to death like Europe just to have healthcare. And people who are massively unhealthy, like there's this discrepancy, like people who are massively healthy should get incentivized. You should be incentivized to get healthy by the health industry at some capacity, and not give benefits to people who are unhealthy. This is the problem with American society and most of the Western world. We incentivize bad habits. We incentivize bad behaviors. This is the key to turning around Western civilization. Incentivize good behaviors. Incentivize the man staying home with the children, and them working out, and them being married, and, eating healthy and buying healthy foods, right? Healthy food is the most expensive. People are like, I can't even afford that. Incentivize it, right? Like, I recycle. I try to do my part to save the environment. I recycle, and they charge me a freaking load of money just to recycle something that you're like, like I'm trying to, like, poor people don't recycle because they can't really afford it. They might put it in the recycling bin from time to time. I pay extra money to have a recycling, but there's no incentive for good behaviors. All the bad behaviors get incentivized in the Western world. And this is why you see a rise of it. And these new cultures of, scamming the system and stuff like that. So that's my personal answer to all of this. Incentivize good habits, incentivize good behaviors, and punish bad behaviors and punish bad habits in a society, and we will see more. We'll start going in the right direction. That's what I think.
I don't think it's good for society if she wins this lawsuit. In my personal opinion, body positivity is for people who have disabilities, not for people who eat themselves into having disabilities.
You just have to say it.
Thank you to my best friends and teammates, and we will compete. Thank you for stopping by.
I think
That's crazy. She's the only one saying it. and people actually started clapping for that Hefner, I'm not calling him a name. Retract that from the statement, YouTube. I just get frustrated because I got daughters, and I help coach my daughter's jiu-jitsu class, right? And I'm in there trying to teach her, and bruh, like in wrestling and jiu-jitsu, coming up the ranks, you've seen matches male versus female, and at a certain age, the females can keep up. But then there's a certain age where the men just run away in the strength department, in a lot of departments. And this is just unfair. It's just not fair, that whole situation. I'm not even going to say it by name, but y'all seen it. And I don't care. I will not back down from that topic, especially raising kids, because it's just like, oh, man, that's your job as a man. Like, it's my duty to protect my children from the nonsense. So, yeah, man. I take it seriously. That ain't cool for this whole bathroom switch up, like all this stuff, man, is not cool. It's not cool. And I think the majority of people think that. I think there's a small minority that thinks all of this, in my opinion, radical thinking. And I'm just like, yo, this is just crazy.
These little things, these moments that totally just break the argument.
Are you a biologist?
Oh my God, don't be ridiculous. No, I'm not a vet, but I know what a dog is. Breaks the spell.
Look at his build. He can't even fit in the swimsuit going against females. And then the fact that someone with a mask, and it's not 2020, is asking this lady, are you a biologist? Do you know what a biologist would say? I'm curious now, because I'm like, bro, if a biologist can't go ahead and be like, cough, yep, male, female, if a biologist can't do that, then we straight up, these people that think the earth is like this, I don't want to say that because I don't want to get my video tagged with the F earth scenario. Well, the people that think the earth is like this, now they got a chance, right? Because if biologists can't sit here and say, oh yeah, cough, that's a male, then we got problems, baby.
Cheat! Means that everybody can just kind of laugh, repeat, say it, talk about it. It totally changes things.
Yeah, queen, period. Yeah, period, bitch.
Yes.
Go,
Yes.
Get over here.
2024, listen.
Yes,
Black
listen.
refusing to crack.
And
okay?
listen.
We're going up. We're not going back.
Period. We go up. And let me tell you something. Look, man.
What side are you on?
Kamala Harris, bro. We don't f with none of that blue side, bro. Fuck that. We hate anyone.
What about chicken?
That's just a dumb trick, man. He just being silly with it. But it is funny how like a t-shirt and a hat could really change the game for people. The other thing I've been noticing, this whole Trump era thing, I don't know what it is about Trump, but he totally ignites the left in a radicalization that is actually kind of scary. That's what's crazy. Because during Biden's admin, there is a lot of people who are pissed. And I'm not going to get into the J6 stuff because I don't think it is what people are selling it as, the mainstream media or the left is selling it as. There's a lot of infiltration by Central Intelligence agencies. There's a lot of stuff going on there that's just not consistent with the narrative that's being pushed. But I digress. Other than J6, people were pissed during the Biden stuff, right? The Biden admin pissed. But like, we're only, what is it? It's March. So January, February, March. We're 3 months in. And people are trying to blow up Teslas and light shit on fire. And like, it's just kind of wild how far the left goes. Like, and then the thing is too, like public figures that speak on this type of subject matter, and if they even lean right, the left will, if they're popular enough, the left will get them swatted. They'll go out and try to attack them. They'll try to press them in public. It's just crazy because, in my opinion, I didn't see that when that Biden admin was in and the right was fuming. The right was just You know, and this is why they started mobilizing, which they don't do as well as the left typically, but during the Trump campaign, they really mobilized, and they got the popular trend with a lot of popular people, like, you know, these streamers and stuff. So they got this momentum from the right that the left typically has, popular culture. The left typically has rap, but like now the streamers and the podcasters are the new pop culture. And they gravitated to Trump and kind of shifted the culture the way it moves. But some of these left advocates, I saw someone like lit themselves on fire after trying to blow up a Tesla. Like, I'm like, yo, this is getting crazy. This is getting crazy. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping, you know, because these people will get crazy on Elon Musk. And I'm not a super fan of Elon Musk, just being forthright with you guys. It is what it is. We'll see if Doge is like legit and cleans things up or not. Like, but I'm not a huge fan of Elon Musk, but I don't hate him either. But the things I see from the left, I'm like, okay, you guys don't understand that, yeah, Elon is the richest man in the world or whatever, and he donated tons of money to Trump, but some of the richest people in the world always donate to the Democratic Party, always. Tons of money, especially pharmaceutical companies. So I don't understand the difference. I just don't get it. Like, I get the premise, you know, I understand, like, well, he's rich and this has put him in this very powerful position, blah, blah, blah. I got you, but just having money puts you in powerful positions, you guys. I don't know if people understand you should definitely be working on your economic situation, because even if communism took over, socialism took over, and everyone gets an equal share, there is always going to be people at the top. Bruh, you guys can still see literally societies like that. There's always rich people. There's always kings. There's always lords. There's always rich people. And there's always going to be that. You're never going to totally level the playing field. So I just don't understand the takes with Elon and all that stuff. But anyways, I'm kind of yapping off. When I be watching these, it just makes me think. But we'll watch this one and then tap out of here so y'all can go peep the rest of the video on his channel, The Poor Man's Podcast.
Well, they're sentient individuals too. I'm here to speak up for all non-human animals.
I'm just saying chickens seem like they only have one purpose, and that's to be eaten. Like, what do chickens do?
Well, that's no different to saying that black people only have a purpose to be slaves, right?
Rent-free. Genuinely rent-free. You are speaking to a white man, yet that's all you think about. Rent-free, bro. Genuinely rent-free. First of all, that argument doesn't mean that argument doesn't even make sense. That argument doesn't even make sense.
Hi,
I can't even believe she said it, honestly. We tapping out with that one, man. I can only do so much of the left versus right thinking. I'm actually in a pretty good mood. My birthday is sheesh, what's today? It's Friday when I'm recording this, so Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Yeah, 3 days away. I'm trying to figure out where I want to go to eat for my birthday, man. You know what I'm saying? The more I watch these videos, I might have to step it up a little bit. I might have to go to a fancy restaurant. Anyways, shout out to your boy, man. You know what's funny is, like, anyways, I'm about to ramble. There's no need. I was going to talk about Tesla, and I just thought it was funny because the left was all trying to mandate electric vehicles, like in a certain mark. And I just was like, I can't afford an electric vehicle right now. Like, I don't know what y'all want. And this goes back to my conversation in here. Incentivize, certain things. Like, make an electric vehicle cost effective, and also the charging, man. It takes so long to charge those MFs if you're on a trip. Like, I don't know what people are thinking, man. I think the bridge is half electric, half fossil fuel, and make the fossil fuel be more efficient so you use less of it in those type of vehicles. I think that's the wave, because if we are facing climate change, as they say, then these extreme winters and extreme heat is going to affect the electric vehicles. So just keep the fossil fuel involved just for that backup. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a doofus. Maybe I'm a C-level student, a D-level student that knows nothing. You guys let me know in the comments. What is the button?
City boy!
Yeah.
City boy!